Okay, we are joined by PereViki, who
Hey.
just finished competing. Aveef will be here shortly. He's finishing up his submission. So, PereViki, how was your first TCO finals?
Oh, the first was like, the semifinals.
The
was-
semifinals, yeah.
I
It's a little
was
different, huh?
struggling.
Yeah?
It was really bad. It felt really bad.
Ah.
But after the workshop, I really enjoyed the workshop. That's something I'm dreaming of every time I'm competing on
Yeah?
top court. Yeah, it was really good to talk to the
You're dreaming of
clients.
it's very helpful in that
that's-
sense.
Yeah, of course. So now at least we knew what we are doing, but the time. So this time, in this round, I really enjoyed it, but I couldn't finish it, of course. And
Yeah.
as I heard some other guys
They're
had
like,
the
oh, I
same
need more
situation.
time.
Yeah. It's hard to do in 3 hours, though.
Yeah. And I think I'm extremely slow compared to the others.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, it takes practice. And again, we were talking about it on air. I mean, some of these guys have just been here so often, like 8 years, maybe some
Oh,
more
yeah.
like 10. So they know, they have that feeling. It's always interesting to talk to someone who, is first seeing this for the first time. And so, yeah, of course, it's pretty difficult, right? For your first time, the speed is a factor, right?
Yeah. So what kind of feedback did you get from the client in the meeting? What kind of questions did you ask? Was it
Yeah,
more
did you ask any
about
questions?
like who's using it? Was it more about was the spec kind of difficult to read? Like what kind of questions did you ask?
it wasn't really difficult because it was short. I mean, it wasn't short, but I really missed information, like who the user is. I tried to ask, like what the typical day of that user is, the way it looks like, but we didn't get any answer to that. And it's on purpose actually, because this is a concept design, so you have to figure it out.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
looking for
But-
imagination, right?
yeah. But it would have been easier if, for example, the workshop happened before that. So at least to get some,
Right.
some directions. But it was really devastating. The first round. This one was okay. I know at least I'm not the last. I mean, I'm really happy for that.
Want to bring the leaderboard up?
Sure.
What a nice leaderboard, isn't it?
I hear somebody designed that.
It is different
Do
than-
you know?
Actually, no. Actually, I was the co-pilot of the,
Oh, okay.
challenge, and at the end, I combined the two first
There we go.
designs.
Okay.
So yeah, I have some work on
You
this,
helped.
and It's beautiful.
So
The second
yeah, you're
one. At
you're
least-
on there.
Oh, it was so well.
But as a first timer, I mean, not bad. I mean, getting this experience, I'm sure, is great in itself, and a little different than a normal type of challenge, right? You get a little more time,
Yeah.
but like you said, the feedback was very helpful.
It was great that we could have, and it was also nice to see on them that they are also
Invested.
amazed and
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, not by actually probably not about my work, but
Yeah,
that
that's
we
bad.
could show them things that they would never expected or never thought of
Right,
themselves,
right.
because they are used to what they are doing. So we are better in that, even if we have no information at all. So
Yeah, but it seems like you're solving a huge problem for them because we just had Ad Rock here, and he was saying how they have to go to so many different applications just to get the information. So, yeah, I think you're gonna have the solution is gonna have a huge impact on the client.
yeah, sure.
Either
sure,
way,
sure. And they're waiting for this for like you said, like
15
years.
years.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They shared the update or the screenshot of what they currently have, right?
Now we got something, but before that we didn't, and it's a good idea because we
Yeah.
don't want to do the same thing. So
Exactly.
we needed some user stories. It would be nice. It would be nice to spend like 2 weeks with those guys, and that's how we should do this. But there's no time for that now.
Let's get into more of your story, your top coder story. We kind of like to ask a lot of our guests that as well. You recently joined Top Coder,
Yes.
right? Back in what month was it?
It was May.
In May.
Yeah.
All right, and
6 months.
and since May, you've qualified for the design finals,
Yes.
and you're a co-pilot.
Yeah.
How did you fall into becoming a co-pilot and so quickly?
I think it's because, so I wanted to do that because of this. I want to get closer to the client. I don't know. I wanted to see the background, how
Yeah.
it works, and what happens with our designs. So it's out of curiosity, I guess.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. It's hard. It's also a steep learning curve for me.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure, but it's worth it, right? Worth the effort.
Sure. It's really nice. Actually, I don't know if I can say that, but I will have some announcements today as a co-pilot.
As a co-pilot, you'll have some announcements?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to work on it first, but today it will happen probably.
Wow.
Where are you going to announce them? Like on-
I have to ask Adam if it's possible to, I don't know, do it through
Okay, through here?
like a live something, or if it'd be fun. I don't know.
All right, we'll see what we can do there.
Okay.
So what interests you about being a co-pilot, though? Because as a co-pilot, you would have to write out the problem statement, right?
Yep.
Or the spec, I should say. Do you find that being a designer, you know what the designers want to read, or saying it in such a way that they understand, right?
Yeah, that would be the task. Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have heard of anyone said that I usually have a lot of questions.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think I'm I have to say it nicely. So maybe they are not really happy with my. I mean the co-pilots when I'm a competitor, then
Exactly.
co-pilots might have some feelings like, oh, I have so
But
many
that's good to have a
questions.
co-pilot, I feel like, that already has those questions that they can get answered, and so that they can,
Yeah.
the designers that are competing know exactly what is expected of them.
Yeah, so far I did the same with the project manager or whoever's the challenge architect.
Yeah.
So I also do the same. I ask, and then he has to approach the client again. So I hope we can make good specs. But still, it happens. The same thing still can happen. That even though I try my best to ask these questions and stuff like that, still at checkpoints everything can change.
No? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And just joining us, as you've seen popping in here, we have Aveef. Say hi, Aveef.
Hi.
So, another first timer here to TCO.
Yeah.
How's your experience been so far?
So this is my first time experience, and I feel very, very challenging today. And yeah, I think the more day we got here, the more challenging and more pressure we got.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's nice. I like it. I love it, and I'm going to do my best.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great, man. So, your story, we've been hearing your story from a lot of different people. We've heard that you've been trying to get to TCO for the past how many years?
How many years? It's about 4 years.
4 years you've been
Yeah.
trying to get here.
Yeah, 4 years. I've joined the regional design event.
The regional design,
Regional
yeah.
design event in my city. And yes, thank God this year I made it.
Yeah.
And yeah, went to US. Meet you all.
Did you do anything different this year at the regionals that you didn't do before, or was it just? What do you think it was that helped you?
I didn't do much things different.
Okay.
I guess. I just I think what improvement that I had for the last regional design is I designed it faster than before, but
Designed it faster.
but the improvement of the skills or like practicing, I didn't do it. Just
No practice?
no practice.
Yeah.
Just work as soon as I can and as best as I can, because I didn't want to, at the time before the event, I didn't want to add more pressure to my head.
That's good, yeah.
I just want to do the design at the arena. Yeah, that's it.
And were the two of you aware of like the format of these competitions? Did you know that you were only going to get 3 hours for each of these rounds
I
beforehand?
knew about the 3 hours, but maybe nothing else. I've seen all of these videos
Yeah.
from last year. So
from last
I
year.
tried to, but still I had so many questions. Like, how is it going to happen?
Right.
I'm so excited.
And did you feel like you needed to maybe train a little bit with that, like knowing you had 3 hours, so like being fast at,
Yeah.
designing?
Actually I knew it because the format of the regional design is the same, right?
Oh, the regionals
same,
is
the
the
same
same.
format. It's like this, 3 hours in 2 rounds. But we having 3 rounds, right? And some things that can be trained, I think, how to understand the brief faster and faster, because
I see.
technically when we design it, of course, absolutely 100% we can do the design, but the matter is the understanding of the main concept and also the main problem of the application.
Right.
Yeah, because yesterday's at the first round, yes, we didn't know much, right? We just know more from the client after the design workshop.
After you get to
Yeah.
talk to them.
Yeah, that's
Did,
right.
did you ask a lot of questions?
Yeah, not a lot, but
Not a
it's
lot.
just to clarify what I have done, what I have designed. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
And I'm sure other people had questions too, and you got to hear that as well. Was there any like good questions? You're like, oh, okay, that helps me,
Yes.
and what helps me think about it.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you guys found that helpful. The everyone that we've talked to, all the designers are like, that's our favorite part is the workshop because
Yes.
Yep.
it helps me as a designer understand what these businesses really look for, right?
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
meet client directly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And we hear from them directly, so yeah, we can easily understand the real problem. That's what I
Yep.
think. What do you think?
Yeah, same. It was really good.
Which you don't really get right now, like online, because online you just get like text
Yeah,
feedback,
and you
right?
need to wait for the answer.
You need to
right?
wait for the answer for a little bit, and especially with time zones, it could
Yeah.
be
That's
tricky.
right.
So it might be a little longer even.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. That's great. So with your story, we discovered that you didn't have too many wins on Top Coder, but you have a full-time job, right?
Yeah,
And so you just do Top Coder on the side. You compete in competitions.
that's right. Yeah, actually, I want to join the contest online, but yes, as you know that I have a full-time job.
Right.
And yeah, in my spare time, I always try to join the online contest, but unfortunately, I didn't make it, and yeah, just it. Because that's why I don't have many wins
Yeah.
recorded on my profile.
Right.
Yeah,
That's-
but I feel lucky I can be here.
You found the way.
You found the way. Yeah.
Yeah, another way,
Yes.
right?
So yeah, it took you a little while. Didn't take you as long to get here. But do you guys have any recommendations or tips for designers that may be trying to get here just like you were? Do you have any tips for them?
Piggy?
I don't know.
No.
No sleep.
No sleep.
Oh my god. In July, the last month of stage 4, I think I haven't slept at all. Something like that. I joined almost each and every challenge, so that's how I could make it. And Roxas, yeah, I think I participated in 5, but we are waiting for 1 to be announced. So the 4, which I participated in, has been announced. I had placements in all 4. So that's how I could make it, I think.
So participate, participate,
Yep.
participate. So you're not going to win challenges if you don't, sign up for them. So register for those challenges and see what happens. You gotta get those points. How about you, Aveef? What are some tips
Yeah,
you
my
give a designer?
tips for everybody who want to win a trip to US. First, just pray and practice, evaluate, repeat.
Value repeat.
Yeah, that's it. And just be brave to join any challenges. And if there is another top coder regional event design, just come. Just make sure you yourself come to that event and just join. And if you have any question, never ever be shy to ask. And that's what Adam Moorhead and the other speaker encourage us to ask more and more, because there is
Right.
no stupid question.
Yep.
That's a great quote, right? Because yeah, we encourage to be asking every time, then to understand the problem more.
Yep.
And yeah, after we know the problem, we can design the right application for that challenge. So yeah,
Because that's what we hear all the time. And
it.
we had I am Tong on here, or no, I'm sorry, it was aveef a little bit earlier,
Yep.
and he says the main thing is to understand the problem, know the problem before you start
Yeah.
designing, right?
Sure.
absolutely.
Because if you start designing and don't really understand what you're doing, you're gonna have to go back and lose a lot of the work that you probably were working on, right?
That's right.
Like all of us did, I think, today.
Today, yeah, right?
Started
Yeah,
all over
yeah.
again.
More for yesterday, right? We just designed it, but yeah. One time in my top coder regional event design, I ever design just design it, but I didn't understand what is the real problem,
I
but
see.
I just assume just based on the assumption. But fortunately, I was lucky that I can take the prize, maybe the second or the third place
It happens
at that time.
sometimes, yeah.
because at the first time I think we need an assumption, right? Assumption of that problem, and after we have an assumption, we just make sure that is the correct problem we are going to solve by just asking a stakeholder. Maybe here, if here, we can ask the client
Right.
or Adam, or if in the regional design, we can just ask Adam.
And even in this competition, if you have questions during competition, you can go in the forums, right?
Yep.
Which
Yep.
is how it's done online typically.
Yeah. That's the plus thing in Top Coder. We have forum, and it's very active, and the co-pilot always responsive, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So everybody needs to join Top Coder.
That's what I keep trying to tell them, So as far as tools that you guys use, is there one that you like to use more than the other?
I'm using Sketch.
Sketch?
Yeah.
Is that new to you, or were you always using Sketch even before Top Coder?
No, I used to do Adobe stuff.
Oh, Adobe?
Photoshop and Illustrator.
What brought you to Sketch?
Yeah.
What brought you to Sketch? Like,
Oh, yeah. Like, I think it was like 3 years ago when I had to start to use Sketch for a client who already used it, so I had to start it, and
Okay.
I hated it so much. It was full of bugs at that time.
okay.
I really hated it, and I just started to use it when I joined Top Coder
Okay.
again, and now it's so much better. There are no bugs really, like not that obvious things that don't like you really work. So now I really love it. I wouldn't go back to Adobe now. Sorry. Maybe XD. I participated in XD workshop
okay.
recently. And it was good. So they are trying to catch up with
Sketch.
and they are doing good. The problem is that they would never, mix the two.
I
If they
see.
could mix the two, it would be the best. tool
It'd be
ever.
the best one to use.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you like to use?
Oh yeah. 3 years ago, I used Photoshop,
Okay.
and then Sketch was coming, right? It's like a great tools for us because
Why that one specifically?
It's cheaper
Cheaper. Okay.
rather than Photoshop. That we have to subscribe monthly, right? If we use Photoshop, and Sketch is lighter, and it's designed specially for UI design,
For UI
UX design. So we do not need more any features in Photoshop that actually we don't use it. If we use if we make UI design.
I see.
So yeah, and then Adobe released the XD. Yeah, but I already use Sketch and I already get used to it. And until now, I just use Sketch for designing because the plugin is so many plugins vary and we can use it easily. Like we can connect to InVision, but also
Marvel?
what else?
Yeah, Marvel as well.
Marvel, yeah,
Zeppelin.
yeah, that's it.
That's great. And so, having to design quickly, as we've been all seeing here, you would need. I feel like would need to learn most of the shortcuts of that program. Is that right?
Which
Yeah,
I
Keyboard
immediately forgot when it started.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I was
Oh,
so
no.
nervous that. Jesus,
You're like,
what-
oh, I forgot what.
Really?
Where's the crop button?
Yeah.
I always use shortcut.
Always
Yeah,
use shortcut.
for reordering a layer, just or copy paste something like that. It's faster using shortcut, of course.
Do you just like take a day to learn it, or is it just something that you just have to, like for those who want to know how to learn shortcuts fast? Is it something that you learn over time, or is it something that you're like, okay, this is this is this?
Both, I guess.
Both,
I mean, yeah, I have a document about the
Oh, you have a
shortcuts.
document?
So I started to
Oh, really?
read. Yes.
You document it?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I downloaded it from
Oh.
somewhere because I wanted to learn more. And
you-
yeah, sometimes I read it so I find some which would be helpful for
Mm-hmm.
me. And I also have my own shortcuts.
Okay.
Like creating
Oh,
symbol and
nice.
stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah. It's really helpful.
For me, I didn't learn it so much because when I just read it one time and then I just practice it, do it in my work, I just remember it
Yeah, it becomes a muscle
automatically,
memory.
naturally, yeah. And I do it all the time when I already know the shortcut. Just it, I just easily remember it.
Yeah.
If I use it every day in my work, because I use Sketch every day.
But there might be
that's true.
some which you just don't I don't know, you just don't bump into it. For
Yeah.
example, my daughter showed me some shortcuts in Word,
Oh,
which
yeah?
I didn't know about. Yeah.
In Word?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know what it was some alignment or something. I don't know the shortcuts for that.
yeah.
And she showed me. So that's why it's a wise idea to
Yep.
run through them what you can actually do, because if you just don't you don't bump into that shortcut, you can never know about
Yeah,
it.
you'll never
The
know about it.
exit.
Yeah. I think just do the faster that we can. If not using shortcut is faster, so don't use shortcut.
Right.
If because we just think, oh, so what is the shortcut? We open the documentation again and just find a shortcut.
Oh, no.
And it takes time for this competition, right?
No.
Just
no,
do
you
the
shouldn't do that.
fastest things.
It's
Yeah.
like bicycle, right? Riding a bike.
Riding a
You
bicycle.
don't know.
That's
I
right.
don't even know what the shortcut is. I just know what to
Yeah,
press.
that's it.
So you guys excited for the last round?
Yeah,
Yeah?
sure.
As much as you can be?
Yeah,
There
I-
will be no parties tonight, I think.
Not yet.
I need to think about it
Yeah.
tonight, so maybe I can. I guess it's not cheating or something if I work on it. I mean, I work on it, then I will recreate what I figured out. Is it cheating?
That's probably a question for Ad Rock.
I think it's not. I mean, I wouldn't submit the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would recreate something which I was thinking about.
I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't be a problem. Because you have to do it here anyway.
Yeah, sure.
So, okay. Well, how about you? You excited about the
of course.
last round?
I always be excited.
How do you feel about your recent submission? We talked to her about it already, but
The recent submission is worse than yesterday.
You think
yeah,
so?
Because we already know the things to be put on the design, but I think not only me, some of us also didn't have enough time
yeah,
to
time's
put
always
all
a
the
factor in
systems.
one of
Yeah,
these
that's
things.
it. And then because every announcement alert we heard, I get some like more pressure in my head, so I feel
Yeah.
like dizzy. Oh my god,
Dizzy a little bit.
it's like there's
The pressure,
something, pressure, and also like what we call it, heavy
Heavy head.
heavy head. Yeah. Like something pull my head from the behind.
Really? It feels
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
maybe if I'm too serious, I got vertigo.
Oh no.
Because I was just trying to relax. So
Yeah.
just relax.
Just gotta breathe.
It's like I just want to fall.
Yeah.
If I am too serious, it's like vertigo. And I need some rest maybe.
Well, maybe we'll be seeing you a little more often at these TCOs. You'll get used to that feeling and you'll just settle right in, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be the case. All right, guys. Looks like they're serving lunch. I'll let you get to it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm so hungry.
good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck in the
Thank you, Nick.
future competitions.
Yep.
And thank you for joining me today. So that was PereViki and Aveef joining us, and we will be right back around 12:45 with our next segment. Stick around.
Yay.